I clapped.
Okay.
The audio synced.
Okay.
So now I want you to tell me how nervous you were.
I'm not that nervous. It's different being in front of a camera than being in front of a microphone.
Yeah, but you're in front of the camera with me, like your husband. See, you're nervous because you're giggling.
Nah, I'll be fine.
You're actually hilarious. Okay, so what's the whole point of this? I came up with this last like 2 days ago.
Like 2 nights ago, we were
Two-
just hanging out,
2 nights ago, we're like laying in bed, like about to pass out. I think.
and he just woke up. Not even woke up. You're just, I have a great idea.
Yeah. I feel like I came up with the idea just to say like I don't really know what I was thinking or doing. I think it was like midnight or something. But I always want to like make something with you because you're so goofy. You're like the goofiest person I know.
But not many people know that.
How weird is it for you right now to sit across from the table from me and talk about stuff?
It's weird because I
It's
feel
only
like
weird because that's recording, right?
Well, yeah, and also like when I talk to you, I'm not talking with a microphone. I'm like, hey, what's up? I'm
Yeah.
just
It's more like a
talking
show
to
now.
you. Yeah, no.
It's
we're
more like
just-
things are literally being recorded and put on. So okay, let me explain the idea. So I always wanted to do something with you, whether it's like a podcast or a show or whatever. Because like I said, you're goofy, you're hilarious. You're like my rib. You always say like you're my rib. I'm
Yeah.
your rib.
Yeah,
So it's like the same concept where like you're my other half.
yeah,
So it's like for us to go through life and our journey together. Like how cool would it be for us to like do stuff together
yeah.
outside of like what we normally do, like the work stuff and like going to play golf, all those like little things we do, cooking and stuff.
Mhm.
This is like a completely new territory.
Yeah, it is.
So how do you feel about it?
I mean, you definitely keep getting me out of my comfort zone.
Yeah.
I've already told you that before, whether it's like filming content or like.
Oh, you
now
film content?
this. I mean, the little content that I filmed.
I didn't know you made content.
Well, you know, trying to.
So, okay. So the whole concept of this, when we were talking about it, was I had this like epiphany where I was like, how cool would it be if me and you, we don't really know what this is. We don't know if this is a podcast. Well, it's not a podcast because it's only going to go on YouTube.
Yeah.
So we don't know if this is a show. We don't know if this is like an inside look into our lives and who we're going to grow into the next 5, 10, 15 years. We don't have no idea.
Yeah.
We can both agree on that.
Yeah.
So basically the idea of this is we want to like record like our own home videos essentially. So before I even get into like the whole point behind it, half of our home videos are lost.
Yeah.
Where are your home videos? Because we know what's going on with that.
Yeah, I don't even know where they are. My parents have their home videos, and my uncle has like them in some camcorder somewhere. I don't know. I honestly have never seen any of my home videos ever. I remember like going to Disneyland when I was like in grade 2. My dad had his like little video camera, so everything's recorded.
But you just don't have it.
There's moments there.
So-
I like there's photos of him like with the video camera, but like we've never.
Is it
seen that
here or in
footage.
India? Like the tapes?
Oh, they would be here.
So the
They would be
tapes are
somewhere
somewhere in Edmonton.
Yeah. But we have no idea where
We
they
have
are.
no idea where they are. I personally want to watch them because I want to see how you guys were as kids and all the stuff you did.
No, you don't.
Well,
'Cause I look nothing like I
so obviously
do
she
now.
looks like beautiful right now.
Oh, wow, so nice.
That's my wife. But yeah, you weren't always like the best looking. Like
No, I had my Harry Potter glasses, you know, my egg-shaped ones. I had my buck teeth. That's how I got the boys, you know?
I still want to see though because I feel like there would have been a lot of good memories. Like you said, Disneyland, whatever you
Yeah.
guys did, like the family trips. Like that's where you get to see like who you guys were growing up.
Yeah.
So we're gonna be on a mission to get those at some point. I don't know how we're gonna get those tapes,
I don't know.
but we need to get them. We also need a VCR player and a bunch of other stuff to be able to play that.
Because we have some of your tapes, but we just don't have the VCR
We have some
player.
basic tapes,
Yeah.
but even for mine, we still don't know where all the tapes are. Like
Yeah.
we have like all kinds of family stuff
Yeah.
from growing up, but we don't know where they are.
Yeah. So, I mean, at least
So-
this will live on the internet.
So
now,
this goes back to this point of why are we doing this? So the initial thought is like, let's just film, let's have conversation, let's connect even more than we already do.
Yeah.
But I think like this is like a forum for us to have like deeper conversation. Even though it's like on camera, it's a little bit uncomfortable at times. It's good for us to both do it. But the main root of it is that as we have kids one day and we have a family one day, these will be our home videos. Like these will be not our home videos.
Yeah.
These will just be like a cool way for our kids to look back on us like 10, 15, 20 years from now and see the conversations that me and you had.
I think that's the difference though between like home videos and then like this. Is like home videos is like it's in the moment.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like it's the action. It's like a birthday party. It's an
Yep.
event. It's a trip. But it's never like you never home video or like take your little recorder and video like a conversation unless it's like an interview,
Yeah.
which is different. But like I'm pretty sure like once we find our videos, it's never gonna be like, oh wow, I'm watching like a video of like dad talk to me and give me a little pep talk as a kid. That's not gonna
No,
happen.
that's not what we're gonna do at all.
No. But
Yeah.
I'm saying like it's never like a conversation that's
Yeah.
recorded. It's always moments.
Yeah.
So this is cool because it's like there's obviously we have so much like footage over the years since we started dating
Yeah.
and like little videos and photos everywhere. But like a conversation like has never been recorded like this before.
Yeah.
So
So
it's
I'm
cool.
excited about it because, like I said, there's a lot of things that we can talk about and touch on. And I'm also excited to see, like, in the future as we build it out, like, as it grows, like, it'd be cool to, like maybe like a month or so from now, once we filmed a whole bunch, like, maybe then your brother's sitting over there next and we get to be, you know what I mean? Like, we get to
Yeah.
introduce characters.
Yeah.
I think that's the most important thing is, like, there's not many videos of us or, like, our family.
Yeah.
This could get really deep where I'm taking this, but anyways, like, of our family, like, just like having conversation.
Yeah.
I think it's especially for certain families, like even us at times, and I'm sure you guys at times, like, you don't always want to have a conversation.
Yeah.
You don't always want to like have a tough conversation or a deep conversation with the people you live with or in your
Mhm.
family.
Yeah.
So I want this to be the forum for that for our family, not just me and you, but just our brothers, whatever, like our parents, like
Yeah.
maybe come here one day and sit
Yeah.
and then tell their story while we ask them questions. And then that's another piece that our like kids can go back and watch. Like, oh, that's Nana and Nanny or like whatever, you know,
Yeah.
they can see that. I think that's like cool.
I think it's cool because like they get an insight then to like what makes us who we are. Like think
Yeah.
about it. Like we always ask like, I never met my dad's dad. Like he passed. My dad was
Yeah.
young. Like I'm always like, oh, like what was he like? Like there's no
Exactly.
photos, there's no videos. Like even just like a conversation or anything at all. So it's cool to like then see if like my brother comes on or your brother comes on.
Yeah.
Like I'm sure
Could you
they would
imagine
just,
Rav sitting there?
no, they would just roast us the entire time. Akil would just roast me the entire time, and Rav would just roast you the
Yeah,
entire time.
like,
Like, it wouldn't be.
But I feel
It
like
would
by
be a
by
very
doing
interesting
this and putting
conversation.
it out there, like we would be able to like incite like really good conversation
Yeah.
that we wouldn't have had otherwise. I don't know. And I just feel like
Yeah.
for me, like who knows the conversations that we could have with Rav? Like he has so much going on right now. Just an example of him.
Yeah.
And he also has a lot of cool stories that
Oh,
have
for
never been
sure.
told before.
Yeah.
So then even just like thinking about it in this perspective, this is where like it gets deep. It's like imagine like we have a bunch of conversations with us and then Rav and your parent and just anyone, right, from our
Mhm.
family. Eventually like, one day like not all of us will like be here like on the earth, right?
Mm-hmm.
But like those memories will live.
We're getting real deep.
That's
over
what I'm,
here.
that's the whole point. That's what I'm saying though,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Like but had me and you not taken the initiative to do this,
Yeah.
then where would that be?
Well, all those stories would be gone. They'd be
That's
lost. Yeah.
exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So like it's cool because we get to put it out there and like to anyone watching this, obviously like this is like our YouTube channel, whatever we want to call it.
Yeah.
But a lot of the videos will be hidden, like they'll be private videos. So like not all the videos we record will go on the channel and be visible to anyone.
Yeah.
So then now it becomes an archive of like there could be some really deep stuff on there,
Yeah.
and then some some other things, and it mixes into like where our kids can now be like, hey, you have access to the account.
Yeah.
You want to watch one a day?
Yeah.
Like imagine if the kids could like watch one video a day or something like that.
That would be so cool.
You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah. I
so-
think it's just like we're like you said, like we're taking the initiative to
Yeah.
start an archive of like the NAMS generation.
the NAMS archive.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah. Yeah. It's basically, yeah, it's literally our generation. So it's like, yeah, it's like,
Obviously, like ours and then some because like we'll have guests and everything. But like it's starting
yeah,
now.
it's starting with us.
Yeah.
It starts with us. We create the platform, we put the content out there,
Yeah.
and we get comfortable just doing this. Like, I'm obviously more comfortable than you because you've never done a podcast, what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But like, after you're already getting comfortable because it's just me and you, there's no one
Yeah.
else here.
Yeah.
There's not a production crew. Like, we are the production crew, we are doing everything.
Yeah.
But I feel like after a few, you're going to be so chill. Like, I want to get to the point where some of ours are just in pajamas. Like, we're just chilling. And I know we will.
Yeah.
And there'll be a glass of wine there, and you'll be like, ooh.
Okay, just because I'm a lightweight. But that's what I'm saying. It's like it takes time. Like you said, like you want me to be on here because I'm goofy and like not many people But not many people know that is the thing. Like it
Exactly.
takes time for me
Yeah.
to get comfortable with people and then to open up. Like
Yeah.
it took time for me with you.
Yeah.
When we first met, I was silent, like silent. I just was so nervous, and you were just chatty McChatters it over here, and I'm just like, yeah, just like a little giggly. And it took me a
you
minute.
were.
And I always told you that like the second I start to talk, you will never get me to shut up. And it's true.
She 100% said that.
So
And
it
since
just
that day,
takes
she has
time.
not stopped talking.
It just takes time. But even like my friends, my family, they all know that. Like the goofy side will come out if I'm really comfortable with you. Like, and you know me and we're cool. And,
Yeah.
you know, I mean, it comes out here and there anyways, but
Yeah, it always comes out, obviously.
not the true goof.
Just imagine, too, like, you're honestly, like, the leader of the goof troop. So if you're
Hey!
familiar with Disney movies and Goofy,
Yo, Goofy's my favorite.
like, she literally is Goofy. Like, that's her character in the world of Disney. And I love her for it. Obviously, like, that's, like, your personality was always, like, my most favorite thing. And I know what's funny, I was on the conversation, things are going to come out for me
yeah.
that you've always wanted to, like, hear.
Yeah, I ask you so many things all the time and you never tell me, so I wonder.
Because I'm very secretive. Like, we both have our, like, things, too. It's like,
I'm an open book. I
you're an
know what
open
talking
book.
about.
You're, like, more emotional than me. Like,
oh, 100%.
I'm like more closed off from my
Yeah.
experiences and like keep that stuff in. But like
Yeah.
obviously, as we do this, like things are gonna slip out or come out, and that's the whole fun of it. I think
Yeah.
like where we get to also discover more about ourselves
Mhm.
just by doing this.
Ooh, I get to hear some stuff.
Yeah, obviously. Imagine if we do like 100 episodes. Like, how
Yeah.
much are you gonna like? You're gonna say things I probably never heard. Like maybe a story comes in.
Mm-hmm.
You know how my memory works.
Oh my gosh. It's like we're eating peanut butter and you're like, oh my god, this one time, do you know this story? I invented or something like Nutella with this. It's just the weirdest things that like set off your memory bank.
Yeah,
It's-
things just come in and they flow for me at random times.
Yeah.
Uh,
Do you remember that time when I had this job? I'm like, sorry, what? You had. It's like, and you play it off as if like, oh yeah, I've told you that before. Like this is new, and I'm just. Okay, it's not.
The other thing I was thinking about just now when you said it, like with your friends, was like, it'd be cool. Exactly, like not soon, but like eventually, like pending COVID and whatnot. Like, imagine you have like your best friends here.
Oh, that would be
You know what I mean? Like,
that would be an episode.
because that's like I don't know. Like for me, like, because I'm always just thinking long term. Like my
Yeah.
mindset is, you just never know like when people are gonna be gone or like what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
But like then they're the aunties. They're like whatever we're calling them, like
Yeah.
for our children one day.
Yeah.
What do we call them?
Well, I mean, they're already dubbed to be the co-godmothers.
Co-god. Well, you know what I'm saying? Same concept. Like
aunties.
co-godmother,
Literally, yeah.
aunties. Like they're basically like family.
Yeah.
Cat and Kid will be our family to our children one day. So it's like
yeah.
for them, I don't know, like by that time, it's like 10 years from now, like say we're all going to be older.
Yeah.
So the things we can talk about now will change over time.
yeah.
So like even for me, like imagine us to go back in 10 years from now and watch like this first segment.
Yeah.
It'll be weird. Like, it'll be
Yeah.
like, whoa, what the heck? Like I'll have gray hairs everywhere, like more than I have
I
now.
was like, you already do.
Yeah. Like who knows what, you'll have, like, we'll just be different.
Hey, I only have one white hair.
Yeah. You only have one right now, but
It's hidden. You can't even see
I
it.
definitely carry the torch when it comes to gray hairs in
Yeah.
here.
You can take that. I don't want it.
Oh,
Take
that's
that
why the
torch.
camera's so far away, so nobody can see the.
You can take the torch. Don't pass it over.
'Kay. So what are you like most excited about? So we kind of gave premise to like the whole idea of like basically, essentially, this is hopefully for our children, for our family to come back and watch.
Mm-hmm.
It's also on the flip side for us to have deep conversation and just kind of touch on things that come up. We have a whole bunch of topics we want to touch on eventually on different like
Yeah.
episodes or whatever we call them,
Mm-hmm.
but we're still just figuring out as we go.
Yeah.
I think the best part is like it's just like our journey in life. It's like we don't know what we're doing.
Well, you said that like as we were setting this up, it's like we don't know what we're doing. Just like in life, we don't know what we're doing.
Yeah.
Like we're just trying to figure everything out.
Yeah.
So if this goes somewhere and we make lots of episodes and like our family wants to watch this, or they might not even be interested. You know,
Yeah.
like you never know. It might just be sitting
Yeah.
there and no one even cares.
Yeah.
Like just like an old dusty photo album or something
Yeah.
like that. But like at least we put ourselves out there. We did it together, just like everything else. Like
Yeah.
so it's just another like we're constantly building and growing and. that's
Wow,
what
you're
we
so
always wanted
wise.
to do. Thanks.
You're so goofy. Actually, I like doing this already because I'm just like doing it with my best friend. So it's like I'm just sitting across from
that's
you chilling.
cute.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not like you're not like a guest.
Yeah. We're just hanging out.
You're literally my wife, my best friend. We're in our house.
Yeah.
there's nothing to like do or worry about. We could talk about anything we want at
Yeah.
any time
Yeah.
and just chill. I mean, just be chill about it.
It's just cool because like it's just like our daily life anyways. Like we're
Yeah.
just sitting and talking about random stuff and connecting anyways. But this is just a mic now in front of us and hopefully an audience, which is our family.
How
one day.
crazy would it be if this is like built into like something where like people are like watching us, like, oh, like their life, we're watching like their life, like as it unfolds.
Yeah, I think the weirdest thing to me about the whole thing is to watch it back.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd
Because-
ever watch it. Well, I have to edit it,
Yeah.
but I'm not gonna like watch it. This is basically everything we're doing is like it doesn't need to be edited. You just cut
It's
the
raw.
start
Yeah.
and you cut the end. So I'm not
Yeah.
gonna be watching upstairs all the stuff.
Yeah.
I just want it to live, and then one day maybe we do like
I'm saying like when we were like 60, 70 years old and
this will be
gray,
so
like,
wild.
You know what I mean? We're looking back. Oh, we were young
Like-
whippersnappers, and had this cool
Young
podcast.
whippersnappers.
yeah, and like had this cool setup, and we had our cool plant wall. Like this is our plant wall.
This is our
Very-
plant wall. Now in the camera, you can't see all of the plant wall, but you can
Yeah.
see like up to in the lab, I think. But there's also a really cool bamboo tree. There's a couple of nice plants on top. But this is like Am's like project. We won't talk about which ones have died and stuff
What do you mean?
and
They're
have been
just
replaced.
It's the circle of life. Watch The Lion King. This will be like 2050, and they'll be like, "What is The
They'll be like,
Lion
"What's
King?"
Lion
Yeah. So I'm saying this now, first episode. Watch The Lion King. Okay.
So goofy, bro.
I don't know what I mean. It's a circle of life. Plants come, they go. It's just natural.
What's the
Okay.
first movie that our kids are gonna watch?
The Lion King.
Really?
The first ever movie. So I'm convinced that the reason I got glasses was because I watched Cinderella on repeat, but I was literally like 6 inches away from the screen.
In front of the TV. Yeah.
I was obsessed, and it would just go and repeat, like nonstop. And I would just sit there and be like, "Oh my gosh, like this is amazing!" So it has to be some sort of Disney movie to be the first one.
Yeah, I agree.
And my bet is on The Lion King.
Obviously, at that time, we'll have Disney Plus because that'll only make sense at that time, like whatever X amount of years from now.
It's probably like Disney plus. Or
It'll be
something.
like some like souped up
extra Disney.
extra
So,
Disney.
I don't know.
I think all Disney movies obviously have to be like are a must. Plus, like the new ones, like Raya, the new one we watched was
Oh,
really
that was
dope.
a good one.
I really like that.
I like that one. The story behind that one was nice.
I think anything Disney's like just chill because it's like
Yeah.
it's like a family show.
Yeah.
I'm actually interested to see, and we'll talk about more of this later. But like what shows and like how we're gonna actually, you know what we should do is we should write down an episode of like how we want to like bring up the kids.
Oh.
Like
wow.
when that comes up, like what do you want to do? What do obviously we don't really know. I don't like know anything about that.
Yeah.
I would just be off the top of my head like what I think is right.
Yeah.
But it'll be interesting to see like if we film that and then when it happens,
That's
like what do we actually
'Cause I
do?
feel like in our mind, there's so many like things we want to do. Like I already know in my mind, like okay, like this is this, but I just know like when the time comes, it's gonna be like the complete opposite.
Complete
'cause You're
opposite.
just in the moment.
Because there'll be
and-
so much going on. Like
Yeah.
we'll be lucky because our parents are gonna help. Obviously,
Yeah.
like a lot. I know they're like looking forward to it and stuff.
Oh, for sure. That's the perks of living at home. Like if we were living in Australia or in LA, we wouldn't.
Well,
have
we
that.
have no one to help us. Basically,
There's
we
no
have to
one
like
there. Yeah. So I mean, we're lucky that we have a huge support system here, our friends and our family. And
yeah.
whenever that day comes, and they're gonna be
We'll s-
watching this.
We'll save that for another one. But anyways, okay, let me go back to the last question.
No.
So-
Wait, before you do
What
that, you know what I
happened?
just thought of? It's instead of the first movie being a Disney movie, the first thing they watch should be this.
Oh, that's cool.
Right?
Well, they won't understand it, but yeah, we can put it on on the background for
Maybe
them,
once they're a little older. Than
so they can
like,
see
the
our
first
voices
thing.
or something. Like hear our voices. I don't know.
Yeah, and they'll be like, "Wow, mom and dad are on TV."
We can like.
Oh, yeah,
Oh
little
my
famous moment.
God.
Just an idea.
You're so
Anyways,
goofy.
continue with your
Any-
last thought.
Anyways, my last thought is, like, what are you most excited about? I don't think you answered it
Oh.
when I first brought it up.
Oh my god.
With us doing this and creating whatever the heck this is,
Yeah.
what does it mean to you, and what are you most excited about?
I think I kind of answered it. I think the biggest thing I'm excited about is looking back on it when we're
Okay,
older.
yeah.
Is literally just looking back and seeing like, because if you think about it, like us, like you're 30, I'm 28. Like 10 years ago, we were very different people.
Yeah, obviously.
So in another 10 years, we're gonna think differently, act differently, talk differently,
yeah,
be in different stages in our lives. Like in the last 10 years, if you told me like what I've accomplished and like what I have met you, like I would have been like, yeah, no, there's no way. Like 18-year-old Am would have been like, this wouldn't have happened. So in another 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, it'll be so cool, like looking back and being like, in this moment itself, what was it like in that moment? You can only like think about it.
Yeah.
You can like, oh yeah, like back then, like we did this and this, and oh, it was so cool living in our first home together. And but like to sit down and have those conversations and live it and be in the moment, like that brings it back to a whole different level.
Yeah, I agree. I just thought about this too, is like the whole COVID thing.
Yeah.
Like obviously we'll do an episode on that.
Ugh, gross.
But like, and we'll be able to explain this because we lived the last year together.
Mm-hmm.
But like also like when our kids come, they're like, what's COVID? Like, what was that? Because I'm hoping to God like it's not gonna like be such a mainstream thing when that time comes.
Yeah.
We'll be, oh yeah, go watch this video. Like, you know, just check this out.
Yeah.
We talk all about it right here.
Well, I mean, we do have TikToks to.
Oh yeah. We need to get back on making TikToks.
Oh man. Yeah, there's a lot of footage over the last 1 year.
So she's really bad at like. It's not just really bad. She's like not used to it. So like content to her is like very different.
Yeah, I'm not.
But I'm like trying to I'm trying to like essentially force her to like make the content and put herself out there, especially like with her job and everything.
So I'm a very private person. That's why
I know you're very private. Your accounts are all private.
All my accounts are private. I don't share a lot unless like you're same thing. Like you don't know if I'm goofy unless you're close to me.
Yeah.
Like, but even like my social media stuff, everything has always just been private. But then you're the total opposite. Like I've never been like, oh, let me take a video of myself or, you know, like talking or vlogging or whatever kids do these days. I don't know. But like, you know, I've never like all power to the people who keep doing it. Like good for you. But I've just never been comfortable doing that. Nor did I ever feel like I needed to do it. I'm just happy like in my own.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
In my own world, in my like bubble, just doing my own thing, having my private accounts.
Yeah, of course.
But like it's different because you're the total opposite.
Yeah, I'm 100%.
The total opposite. So
because I'm also private in certain things, but for the most part, like for me, it's important to share like the journey. Obviously, we also have in the lab. It's like we have a brand. It's like if I was private, then that would not benefit like myself or like the brand as much.
Yeah.
So, but I am still private in certain ways though. Like I don't share like everything.
Yeah, yeah.
But we're completely opposite.
But I'm saying even in terms of like putting myself out there, like now that I'm a physiotherapist, like I just part of me is still like, oh, like it's okay. People don't need to know. Like I'll treat patients. Like I don't need to really put myself out there. It's fine. Like I'm happy doing what I do, but it's just like you coming to like push me out of my comfort zone, like again and again. Like no, like do this. Like it's just, which I appreciate because like that helps me grow obviously, and like I can see how like, but it's cool because I get insight into like your life too.
Yeah. Because
I never understood it. Like when we first started dating, like you had your YouTube videos.
Yo, my YouTube videos were so funny. I saved those. I didn't delete them. They're just hidden. But to go back and look at those one day will be hilarious too.
So when I think even before we started like talking, before we started dating, I like admitted to you a couple of weeks later. I was like, oh yeah, I watch all your YouTube videos.
You told me. I was like, oh, okay, girl.
But like, you know, even that, like your workouts, like, oh, like you're eating vegetarian for a week, or like you went to LA, like you vlogged that whole trip for the first time.
China, all that stuff.
Yeah, try everything. That was like super new to me. Like I've seen like, oh, YouTube people do it, but no one like local and no one that I really knew.
Yeah.
So like it's cool now to like get an understanding of like why you're doing it and like the importance behind it. I know some people still will never get it.
Yeah, which is fine.
And I get that because I was one of those people.
Yeah.
But like it's just about trying new things. So here we are.
I just remembered something.
What?
We didn't do an intro.
Oh.
Roll the intro.
Welcome to the First NAMS podcast. Episode 1.
So we'll work on that, obviously. I thought you were going to do that. I was hoping you were going to do the Kim Possible thing.
Dun, 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 dun. NAMS Possible. Could have said NAMS Possible.
I hope that throughout this, when we get to episode 50, 100, whatever it is, like your personality is just fully shining through. And everyone can understand, like, one of the main reasons, like, why I wanted to marry you is like how goofy you are. And it's already shining through at certain points.
Yeah.
And I think it's just because it's me and you don't really like, you haven't really clued into yet to what's happening.
Well, it's also helpful because like I know the camera is there, but I don't have to like focus on it. You know, like I'm just talking to you. Like if it's like we've had like photo shoots before and like where I'm sitting and making like video content 2 or 3 times only. Yes, I'm aware, but like, you know, it's like I'm not the most comfortable with it. The way I like look at a screen, I'm just like, oh gosh, what do I do with my hands? Like, where do I look? Like, it's so awkward. Like, I
You're
don't
too
get
funny.
it. So this is cool because I'm just hanging out and we're just talking. So
We're
I don't
just-
have to
we're-
do it. I don't have to do anything.
We're literally just chilling.